What really attracted me to teaching in China was that, well, I really wanted to learn Mandarin. I thought that, and I do think that Mandarin is a language that's really valuable to have on your resume these days. What I'm actually seeing firsthand now is that not only is it still a valuable skill to have on your resume back in the United States, but also that there are a lot of opportunities for English speakers to find work here, whether it is as a teacher or in some other capacity. I chose my location, Fuzhou, and my school, York School, because well, the school seemed nice. I liked the people I talked with over the phone on Skype. Really, they seemed like the type of people that I could get along with. And I chose the city because, to be honest, I was a little afraid of the huge cities in China and the smog and the people jammed into the subways and all that. It was a little intimidating for me. So I thought Fuzhou seemed like kind of a nice, smaller option. I also really liked it because it was in the middle of a volcanic zone, so there's hot springs and mountains, which is really important to me. Coming from kind of a mountainous area of the United States, I really enjoy being in and around mountains. International TEFL Academy helped me out a lot when it came to getting the job. I think the biggest thing was just that there are so many English teaching jobs here in China, and since it's a country I had never been to, I didn't know anyone from China. It's really kind of scary to just take any old job. But what is helpful about finding a job through another organization like International TEFL Academy is that you kind of you're working with people that the company has worked with before. They have already kind of established a repertoire together. So you know that the companies must treat the teachers fairly well. Otherwise, International TEFL Academy would have probably heard back, and they would say, "Hey, you probably don't want to work with this school." They also helped me out a lot. I worked a lot with the the resources they have for crafting your resume, and not only the book, but also just submitting my resume in to be checked out to make sure it looks all squeaky clean and nice. And I gotta say, it did the job. As soon as I submitted my applications, I started getting job offers rolling in just like that. So the school I did end up working for, York School, is great. It's actually I expected it to be pretty good from what I had heard, but it actually exceeded my expectations. Um, the rooms are really nice. We have a TV in every room, a flat screen TV. Uh, we are able to take USBs and get them to play on the TVs so we can have audio materials in the class. We work with age groups from like about 5 to 15. So there's just a bunch of resources, from games to lesson planning guides for the older kids to I don't other. Sorry, there's a lot of materials. I guess mainly they're games, but there's also a lot of other really helpful stuff. We have a laminator in the office. We have a photocopier. Just really, as a teacher, everything you need. And to be honest, I nerd out a little bit in there because I've never had like all these nice little office supplies like stapler and whiteout and pens and like 3-hole punches and laminators. It's nice. It's like going to the office and planning is kind of like the first day of school when you go and you get all your new supplies and you're kind of excited to go back. I enjoy it. My most memorable experience living abroad, I think, is probably so far. I'm still kind of new. I've been here about a month. but my most memorable experience so far has been going to Fuqin Mountain. There's a mountain called Shijishong, which means bamboo mountain in Mandarin. Um, any Mandarin speakers out there, I apologize if I screwed that up. I am learning, I'm trying. Uh, it was beautiful. Some of the pictures I'll be submitting will be pictures that I took while on that mountain. It was a beautiful, beautiful place. Now, what was nice about the living situation is that my school completely took care of it. They set me up in an apartment, a nice apartment, probably almost certainly nicer than what I would be living in the United States. Uh, they set it up. I have a roommate, so we have a two-room apartment with a study and a dining room and a kitchen. The kitchen's small, but the rest of it's pretty big. I don't want for space at all, and luckily my roommate's a pretty nice guy. I get along with him just fine. If you were considering teaching abroad, I think I would suggest to you to really, I mean, do it. If you can, you should do it. I think there's so much to be gained. But I would also, in particular, try to pick a place that you think will help you in the future with what you want to do with your life. You know, I wouldn't just go to some country because you think it's cool. Personally, you can do that. But I think it's important to really think it out and think to yourself now what can I how does this time that I get to spend living in this country, how can I apply this towards what I want to do with the rest of my life? And how can I make it meaningful? Because, you know, it's a really special gift that we as English speakers have to where we can go to almost just any corner of the world with such facility and have a decent paying cush job. I think it's important to find a way to make it meaningful, find a way to give back with it. I'm still working on that now, actually, but I am going to find an outlet for that and pursue it. So far in my free time, I spend a lot of it. I spend a lot of it studying Mandarin, and I also spend a lot of it just seeing the places around my town and city. I kind of just working in a spiral, you know, like just going, getting further and further out from my comfort zone. The next place that I'm trying to go is called Xiamen. Xiamen is a really popular destination for Chinese people to go, and it's actually one that's really close to where I live. I hear it's beautiful. I've made a, I've made some friends since I've been here. The people I work with are all really great. Most of them are from the UK. I'm finding that people from the UK have a great, really good sense of humor. They usually have me cracking up. And what also is really nice about my school is we have a lot of TAs who are Chinese. So they act as kind of an intermediary between us and the students sometimes, jump in when translations are necessary. And it's also really nice because they like to hang out with us too. And they're really nice for showing us around town and helping to teach us some of the things that Chinese people do for fun. Kind of helps you get out of the Western bubble a little bit.